Hey guys, welcome back to History with Moakes. I'm Moakes and this is Blake.
Hi, thanks for coming back.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We appreciate you all watching and hopefully you're learning something. As we get further into our channel, we want to hear from you about new topics to talk about. So let us know down below in the comments or have your parents tell us on our social media accounts some topics you might want to hear.
What are we talking about today?
Today, we're going to talk about how some of the very early people lived and survived. Do you think they had grocery stores 10,000 years ago?
Nope.
Nope. They did not. So some of the earliest people who lived started off as what is called hunters and gatherers. Do you know what that might mean?
Yes.
What?
That means they hunt for animals to eat.
Mm-hmm.
They fish food.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't plant food to eat.
Yeah, so they gather. What does that mean, do you think?
Gathering means like they gather these like nuts that fall off of trees and like leaves.
Mm-hmm. Other things to eat, right?
Yeah, other things to eat.
Good. I'm impressed. I didn't even give you a hint on that one. Yeah, so they hunted animals, they fished fish to eat, and then they gathered fruits and nuts and other things that they could find on plants and bushes and trees and eat those, and that's how they survived. The problem is, because they were always searching for more food and they had to go and follow the animals and go find different bushes to pick off of, they didn't live in one place. They didn't have a house. They kind of had to move around and wander and maybe had tents.
Everywhere.
Yeah, and they had to live where their food was close.
But what if the food went to a different country?
They followed them because they needed to have some food,
So
right?
they just followed around the earth until they could find their food?
Kind of, yeah. Maybe not around the whole earth, but part of it.
Not the whole, but like a quarter of it.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they just plant their own plants?
Good question. I think part of it is they maybe just didn't understand how that all worked for a while.
Yeah.
Eventually, people did figure it out. They started planting wheat and other grains, eventually fruits and all of
And
that
just had
stuff.
seeds that were coming off of flowers and trees.
Yeah. So when they figured that out, they were able to settle in one spot and not have to move so often. They could still go out and hunt for animals, but they'd come back to this same spot, and eventually they could settle and build permanent buildings that they didn't have to move around. So do you know the name for being able to grow your own food? Or like
Gardener.
Gardener. Okay, garden is one thing. Another word might be farming. The word you hear a lot in history is called agriculture.
What's that even mean?
It's growing your own food. So it's basically like farming. They would raise their own animals instead of having to hunt for their food. They would grow plants and all sorts of things like that.
We have a garden.
We do have a garden. We got a little garden outside. We'll actually show you guys that in a little bit. Do you remember what we're growing in our garden right now?
We're growing peas, carrots, mint, cilantro, broccoli, pumpkins, watermelon, corn, strawberries.
Which one of those is your favorite?
Peas
Peas.
and corn and strawberries.
Yeah, she likes.
Oh, and we're growing basil
Uh-huh.
and cherry tomatoes.
Nice. Yeah,
I
she
think cherry tomatoes.
actually likes a lot of those, and she likes chewing on mint leaves too. Now, we're not growing enough food for like a whole big group. We're not even growing enough for like our family to live off of, but maybe eventually we'll grow a lot and we'll have a lot of food for us to eat. We also have chickens who eventually are going to lay eggs, right? Yeah, so we're kind of trying to do our own little farming a little bit.
So the chickens give us eggs and we don't have to buy the eggs.
Mm-hmm. So, like I said, now that people were becoming or they were doing agriculture. They were growing their own food. They could stay in the same spot. Eventually, they could grow and build enough to have a city, and then eventually a whole civilization, or even a whole empire. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, are you ready to take a look at our little garden with us?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Does it taste good?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's
Oh, it's growing. Look at those baby onions.
One red one and another red one coming in too.
What do we got here? Broccoli. What about this one? Cilantro. That's what Mommy. That's what Mommy puts in her.
Mommy loves it. Smell it. It smells literally like cilantro.
This one is Chippy. Hey, little Chippy. This one is Apple. This one is Harry.
Why is he named Harry?
Because his feet have feathers on them. This one is Black.
Named by who?
My brother.
No?
And final chick is Lemon.
So here's.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and give a big thumbs up. Say bye, Rosie.
She's giving a thumbs up.
For watching. Make sure